So hopefully this is not an awkward angle for you. I think I did this exact same angle yesterday. I would try to find like a full screen like angle because it's actually half screen I think when I do these videos. So I wanted it to be full screen and not like half screen. So I want it to be full screen. So this is the Poopin Cookin Kawaii Gummy Land. So cute and so fun. What I just realized is that all these sets have the so cute and so fun on them. Like for example, this one has it too. It says it on there. So cute, so fun. So I am starting to dwindle down on my Poppin' Cookin sets. I only have this one left, and then I also have the ice cream, which is just basically little cones and stuff, and then you make strawberry and strawberry and vanilla frosting. And then this one is basically making ramen with like the little spring rolls and the mango pudding and the ramen noodle soup. So I'll do that one a different day, but right now this is the one that I'll be doing, and I cannot wait. It's the Kawaii Gummy Land, Kawaii Gummy Land. Cannot wait to do this one. I love Poppin' Cookin'. I'm doing these videos for like a while now. I love them, and my mom actually thought this one would be the best to do, but she didn't really care what one I did today. I could have done the ice cream or the ramen, and she would have been happy. But Gray was like, this might actually taste like what's supposed to taste like a gummy. So that's why I'm doing this one. This is the gummy, like we're gonna be making our own gummies. Like how cool is that? So that's gonna be super fun. It says DIY kit for kids. It's made in Japan. No bake, just add water. And this is working. And these. So instead of having a tray, you have a little tray. But all that you do with this one is you don't have that little like triangular cup for the water. This, you just have molds and powders and stuff, and a mystery type of like sheet to put your gummies on. So this one's kind of not as intense as the other ones. This one just has molds, a tray, a land sheet, a dropper, a fork, like a water dropper, a fork, and four packets, a gummy powder packet, and then 3 color packets that we're gonna mix to make new colors. So this, and then of course we just have our instructions, like not our normal instructions, but kind of like this type stuff. Anyway, so hopefully this video will be shorter than my other Poppin' Cookies because this doesn't really require that amount of prep work. We're basically just making gummies. Now this is this is beginner, this is that, and then this is expert. I don't know if that's what they're supposed to look like if you're a beginner or an expert or blah blah blah. But yeah, I love gummies. We're basically making our own gummy bears, but not gummy bears. And I think each kit has its own separate type of molds, or it could be all the same. And the top kind of tastes really weird, but then the bottom is like a powder type consistency. So anyway, let's open up the kit and see what we get. All the things say open right there. See, you basically, that's what we're gonna be doing. We like mix colors and like make our own colored gummies. So it opens up like this. Instead of a little tray, not tray, but like instead of like on packaging a little prep sheet like you usually get on the Poppin' Cookies, it's not have a prep sheet. Just we will have to keep, but it's pretty simple. For how to do it, I'll just kind of keep it for reference in case you guys want to know how to do it. So Poppin' Cookin' just has like nice like different images. This does not, so it does not have a prep sheet or anything like the other Poppin' Cookies do. It just has a nice decorative outside packaging, Poppin' Cookin' on it. Let's open it up. Let me grab some scissors real quick. Or it has like nothing really like on the back except for the red type thing right there. I'm trying not to cut the tray. Just in case you guys have not tried this kit, I don't know if there is a Japanese version of this Kawaii Gummy Land. I think there might be a Japanese version of it, but not exactly sure. So anyway, let's get it open. Okay, so yeah, it's just that. So this thing does not require as much prep work as the normal ones do. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab myself a cup of water. A cup of water. And just gonna real quick. I'm just gonna grab my thing of water. I'm not sure if it does say use like hot like warm water or soft water, but I'm just using cold water because I like to actually use cold water. Now that I've actually noticed. I don't know if it makes a difference or not. I think last time I used water from the sink or the fridge, but I think I'm gonna use it from the dispenser. So, because I can't do this with a bottled water this time because of how it will. Because you have to get, like, this is a dropper. It has a dropper instead of the little the triangular scoop type things. Anyway, this is what you get inside of this Kawaii Papa Cooking Gummy Land. So you get the molds right here. This is what they look like. I don't know if each one's different, but I think a few years back they have changed the packaging on some of these Papa Cookins. I do believe that a few years back, and I think the shapes and stuff used to be different. But you get a little fork. You get a little fork, a little swan, a crown, a star, and then I think that's I don't know what that is, like a train. I'll see what that is, but anyway, so you get thingy that. And then, so this is the mystery, so this is the green powder. Yes, it's all in Japanese, but it does say gummy candy powder right there. So this is our big bag of powder that we're going to need. This is just, we don't really add anything to this. This is just like our regular gummy powder. And then, okay, I don't actually think, and then you get a mystery little land. You get a little, like, land sheet. You get 1 out of 7, 1 out of 7 says 1 out of 7 land sheets included, so you could get this one. I think I got that one last time or something, but I got this one, which I think is gonna be perfect. There's a little like water scene. It's kind of like a beach type scene, which I think is very cool. And then I'll put this on the plate because I think that that'd be cool. And if you wanted, you can save this as a backdrop for like for maybe like Barbie photos, or like if you do Barbie or whatever. So there's that. And then next is in this little set, in this little set we have our 3 little mini color powders. We have our yellow color powder. These are just like color powders, nothing really special. We have our blue candy powder right here. And then the last but not least thing in this thingy, besides one more thing, is just the red candy powder. These are, we're just gonna add water to each of these to make different colors. And then last but not least, we get our little dropper, not our usual square little thingy, but our little, like our square water scoop. We get a little like pipette type dropper type thing. Here's our tray. So this tray is kind of designed differently than the other trays. Usually you have to cut off the tray or something. Like if you look in the ramen, see, it shows you have to like cut apart the tray. Well, not with this one. This one you don't cut apart anything. There's different sections. This section you put all of this candy powder into the starch tray. And then you put your 1, 2, and 3 in these trays right here. You put water in right here, and then you mix water with your red, blue, and yellow candy powder in these 3. And then you mix different colors in here. And then here's where you make your gummies. So let's just go through it. First thing I'm gonna do is prepare. Okay, so so you get 1 of 12 mold sets included. So 1 out of 12 different mold sets you can get. So I got this set. They advertise a giraffe, I think a star, a fish, and a heart, but I got a swan or a duck. I think, yeah, that's a lion, actually, I think. A star or a seashell and a crown. Okay, so this is how you learn to do the pipette. So you crush, where is it? Where'd my pipette go? Where'd my little pipette water dropper go? Oh, right here. So you crush, you soak up the water, and then you release, and then you squeeze softly. So, I'm just going to grab my water. So there's this. I probably don't need more. I probably don't need all that water, but there's that just in case. So we have, so we're going to put water up to the lines. So if you see right here, you're gonna put water with all these four. You're gonna fill all these four with water. So numbers 1, 2, 3, and then the last one is not a number. It's just kind of like it has some Japanese writing, I think, on it. Yep. So you guys can see it says 1, 2, 3, and then it has some Japanese writing on it. So what you're gonna do, and this is the practice. It says this. Yes, it says cold water. I imagine that if you fill this up with warm water or room temperature water, it would be warm. So we're gonna put water into each of these, and there's a little fill line right there. So we're gonna fill each of these to the fill line with our water. So we're just gonna fill it with water. Now, yes, that I just put my when I just touched that water, and that water is cold. Okay. So there's 1, 2. It doesn't say how many. It just says to fill it to the line. So doing that.
Not too far, just to the west of the Sand Springs area where we've had an accident, and so that's slowdowns outbound as far as West Keystone Drive, and so be aware of that. As far as travel,
and so you just squeeze softly.
16 minutes to Skytook from downtown 19, and to Catoosa 12 minutes.
If your house plants are suffering from the winter blues, don't worry. We have expert advice on the way to keep them alive until spring.
But first, Harry Potter fans noticed a few errors in the 20th anniversary special that just premiered on HBO Max. How the streaming site is responding.
So we have our little pipette. So we have water in the little trays right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make 3 primary colors. So I'm gonna flip you guys around. Let me flip you guys. So we have water in all these right here. We have numbers 1, 2, and 3. I think 3 is more clear, but there's 2 and there's 1. I'm not gonna flip it around because all the water would come out, but there's that. So basically, this powder right here goes into this compartment right here, and then number 1, 2, and 3. We did the practicing water thing, and then we fill those to the lines. So we're gonna mix. We're gonna make 3 primary colors. So the yellow goes in the 1, pink goes in 2, and then blue goes into 3. And we're gonna fill those with that. And then the blue one is going to be kept empty as like a water in case we need like a little like empty water thing. So yellow is this one, pink is this one, which is it advertises pink, but it's really red. And then blue is this one, and this is just gonna be extra. So let me pour that into there real quick. I'm just gonna pop these out real quick. This is the fork, and you guys will see what we need that for in a minute. And then I'm just gonna pop our little mold type things out. Our little molds. There we go. And yeah, actually, yeah, I think I did get some really nice, like kind of like corresponding type molds. So we have our water in there. So I'm just gonna pour it. Okay, so yellow goes in number 1. Oh. Sometimes the powder smell before you add in the water. This one, let me see. I think it might smell like lemon. Yep, it smells like really fresh, like lemon, like really like fresh, like potent, like lemon. So I'm gonna put that in. And then I'm gonna mix that one. And then we have our red. The red goes in number 2. You see? Yep, smell like strawberry. Yep, smell like strawberry. These ones actually smell. I did not mean to do that. They actually smell. So that one goes into number 2.
You know, we all have to be ready as well because of the friends on the East Coast, the major snowstorm. National Weather Service forecasted 4 to 8 inches of snowfall and 40-mile-per-hour winds. While that's not an issue for some people up to the north, it was for obviously the folks in Washington, D.C., but some others had fun. And the area Well, at least they had a snowball fight, and so that was.
So they're not supposed to thicken. Some people might think that they're supposed to thicken, but they are not supposed to thicken. I'm gonna grab a paper towel and just try and hopefully salvage some of the powder that.
Smithsonian Castle as a backdrop. It looked like that. At least that was fun. But we're really, I mean, that was some sad news for some of the folks out there that had to be stuck there for hours and hours on the highway. We also just want to remind folks that, again, with this cold wave coming.
So I wasn't so some of the powder did drop, so that was kind of like on the placemat below me. So and then the blue one goes into number 3.
When I moved to Minnesota, my mom and dad were adamant that I had this, and I thought it's not a big deal. It is a big deal.
Yep, and this smells like blueberry.
It's really unexpectedly like we saw.
Yeah, and it can freak people out here more so because we're not used to the cold this much. And so if you just have that and ready to go just in case and get you through the winter here.
Listen to Travis Meyer. He's an expert. All right. So if you have a blackberry, I don't know.
So you have yellow, blue, well, yellow, red, and blue. Here, yellow, red, and blue. This one did the pink powder did kind of spill right there, and then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create new colors. So mix colors as you like, and then the Japanese writing, which is this one right down here. This has water in it, and that can be used as white if you want to. So if like you want like a white like gummy, like see they advertise like pink, which is more like of a red. They advertise red, white to make pink. So there's that, and then you're just gonna create 8 new colors with using yellow, red, and blue. And then here's a card mixing chart in case you want to follow it. And what's really cool is that you can also make mystery colors. So you can do like blue, half pink, and then mystery. And then you can do 3 mystery colors to make a mystery. So that is really cool. So I'm just gonna do that real quick, and I'll be back. Oopsie daisy. I'll be back with you guys. Oopsie daisy. So I have that, okay. So I'm just gonna.
Over the weekend, it reunites the cast 20 years after the first film came out. But despite it being one of the biggest franchises of all time, some mistakes happened in the editing booth.
Did I get rid of? Okay, I thought that I tossed my pipette, but I didn't. So I'm gonna take some yellow.
Leading lady, Hermione Granger. The thing is, the photo they showed isn't
Some yellow.
It's actually Emma Roberts. She's an actress and the niece of actress Julia Roberts.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of a big error to have with your leading lady.
I'd say so.
Yes. So the second mistake, not one but 2. So twins, James and Oliver Phelps, they play Ron's older brothers, Fred and George Weasley.
Yeah.
The mistake with this one is that when they were brought up on camera, it labeled both of their names and who they played, but it had them mislabeled.
Oh.
So it had James as Oliver and vice versa. And they actually pointed it out on their Instagram page. Everything, though, has been fixed, and the product is back up on HBO Max with all those errors fixed.
Okay, so there's that.
I watched it before the air.
And then we have
No idea.
There are some
Blue.
very keen viewers.
Oh, yeah. People are on top of that, especially with social media nowadays.
Yep.
My daughter was at Universal Studios at Harry
half
Potter
pink.
yesterday.
There's a teeny bit of pink.
Yeah, but she's stuck down there right now because she can't get back home because.
Oh,
Yeah.
darn. Stuck in Florida. That was my birthday present.
Oh.
Huge fan of Harry Potter.
See, that's why you said something to
It's
talk
coming
about. All right. Well, we have weather to talk about, and it's not as bad, hopefully, as Washington, D.C., but boy, there is some bitter cold air that is located across that area. And we're talking about conditions that are expected.
So it did kind of like the three primary cars. They were kind of like going down because I was mixing them with our cars. So I just add some water to the three primary colors. So let me mix some yellow. I'll do some yellow with some half blue. Yellow with half blue. Make a lime green. Pink with blue, pink with blue. And then we have yellow, yellow, half blue, yellow,
Because Thursday is pretty much normal just because of all the freezing. The overall trend, though, is for more of a warming trend as we start to go right into the middle of January right now. There's still going to be additional Arctic air shots potential as we work away into February, but for the most part, at least there's a little bit of an easing of these Arctic outbreaks, and so it's going to moderate a little bit as we start to go toward the middle of January.
So
that might be good news.
here what it looks like. Flip it around. Here's what it looks like. So I had my yellow, my red, and my green. My yellow, my red, and my blue, but that turned into a green. That's kind of orange, and then that's yellow. So these are the cards that I made, and then I just have white right here. And you guys can see that has water in it. So these are like they have to. So I made them into different colors. And then the next step, what we're gonna do next is we're going to. Here's the card. I did do some of my own cards, but I also used the color mixing chart right there. So now we're gonna put powder, and then we're gonna flatten with our spoon. So we're gonna put this powder into here, and then we're gonna flatten it with this spoon, and then we're going to go ahead and put the mold into powder. We're gonna put the thicker part up and the thinner part down. So the thicker part is up, and then this thinner part goes down into this powder, and then we drop colored water so we can customize to whatever colors we want. And then we wait for a minute, and then we remove it, and we can arrange the gummies on the land sheet, which I'm gonna have mine on a plate. And then always flatten powder before making gummy. If too much cardboard was dropped, sprinkle more gummy powder. And that's where I always go wrong. Is I always put in all of the gummy powder when I should keep some in the packet in case that does happen. So I will keep some gummy powder in the packet in case that does happen. So let me just open this up. It kind of smells like apple. Yeah, kind of smells like apple. Oopsie daisy. Kind of smells like apple.
Forecast looks like this: 44 tonight, a little chilly. By morning, the winds are out of the north. It's 29, and then 42 at noontime. And we'll call it cold and somewhat blustery. Our temperatures fall off in the afternoon, back down to 40, and then we have a slight chance of snowfall.
So now we're just gonna flatten it with our little.
Sunday, and then we start another warm up as we ride the roller coaster.
Well, if your plants are looking a little sad right now, don't worry. And Brian Dorman.
So we're just gonna flatten it. So I have the powder in there. Smells like green apple. And now we're just gonna keep that in there. And now we're just gonna grab our little thingy, and we're just gonna start making shapes. So again, thicker part up, thinner part down.
Hey Jonathan, the Tulsa Health Department says less than 7% of eligible Oklahoma kids are vaccinated against COVID-19. Why health experts say parents may be hesitant to give the vaccine for their children. Plus,
so I'm gonna do a green swan, so I'm gonna make the head green, and then the body orange. Oopsie, no, that was not right in orange that I meant to do. I'm gonna do some lime green. There we go. Here's some orange. I'll do some orange right there. Here we go. And these do kind of feel like they're jelly, not like an actual like hard like gummy bear, but like a jelly type gummy bear. But they're kind of like smushy when you take them out. Alexa, set a timer for a minute. And that's how long it takes for the thing to set. So I'm just gonna tap it. And then I'm just putting some white. Aren't you gonna wait for Mom, Gray?
I can be more than annoying.
Yeah.
Major damage. Trust me,
She is.
you don't want that. Leaking pipes or low water pressure usually means
So I'm waiting for a minute. I still have some powder in there just in case, because usually I put the whole entire powder in there, which probably should not do, but yeah. I just put in some water on the gummy just maybe like have it all, like be like a little bit like better. Alexa, stop timer. So now I'm gonna grab a plate. I'm gonna transfer it over to the plate.
At Greater Plain, commitment matters. Call us today.
Who's on it with Jardians?
This is our pocket cooking plate that we always do. A little Kermit the Frog.
Say no thanks to a
So I'm gonna.
Jardians is a once-daily pill that can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death in adults who also have known heart disease. So it can help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And Jardians lowers
And see, it like solidified in the thingy. But then the bottom is like it's always covered with like a white powder type substance. So we're gonna take our fork and just kind of press the gummy through. But we're first gonna.
lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack? We're on it.
We're on it with Guardians.
Ask your doctor about Jardians.
Why do we always use a tool mat that keeps your surfaces clean? Because we believe that treating you and your home with respect is just as important as doing the best electrical work. For all your upgrades, installations, and repairs, call Mr. Electric, a neighborly company.
Don't miss the Oklahoma Road Expo. 14 bookings under one roof or one weekend only.
There we go. So we have our little gummy on the little scene.
Is it time to upgrade your range, change out that dishwasher, replace your refrigerator, or
Go.
are you ready to create your dream kitchen? With pricing and selection for any meter.
So now we're just gonna do that with all the gummies until the powder, or not powder, but until we can't do any more with the powder, or until the liquid is gone, the curd liquid.
There are different ways to take care of them in the winter.
News on 6's Meredith McCown got some advice from former HGTV gardening star Paul James, known as the gardener guy, on how to keep them alive. The gardener guy says factors like turning the heater on in your house and the direction of the sunlight changing all affect how you take care of houseplants in the winter. Watering plants is typically a good thing, but in the winter months, less is more. The gardener guy, or Paul James, says when it comes to water, it's possible to
So now I'm gonna do the little line guy.
Fastest way in the world to say goodbye to your houseplants.
He says that's due to a lack of humidity from turning on your heater. Aside from cacti and succulents, he says most houseplants are tropical in origin.
So I'm gonna do an orange line because
The plants are going to suffer.
James says take a mister and spray the plants, or use a humidifier and group the plants together. He says the plants are actively growing from spring to parts of fall, but this time of year, growth is put on hold.
But when winter comes on, they tend to go dormant. So when they're not in an active growth phase, they don't need fertilizer anymore.
Another important change is sunlight. He says you may have a plant in an area that used to be sunny, but now the angle is different.
Which means you might need to move your plants to a window that's a little sunnier, a south or east-facing window.
James says don't repot your houseplants during the winter. He says they'll start
Alexa, set timer for a minute.
late March or early April, so it's best to wait until then. With proper care, he says some houseplants can last up to 20 years.
But houseplants can have a very long life in the home.
Like people, houseplants just need a little time and patience to keep growing. In Tulsa, Meredith McCown, Oklahoma's own News 6.
No idea how plants live 20 years. Wow. Well, after the break, we'll show you a moment caught on camera that's turning
so I will say that the gummy powder does actually smell good. Smells like green apple. BRB guys. BRB right back. BRB right back. BRB right back.
Outside, so keep your home comfortable by updating your old heating system. A new high-efficiency furnace can save you thousands of dollars. If you're worried about your old furnace, it's time to call Airco Service. The
So-
company you know.
I'm just waiting for. Okay, Alexa, stop. I'm gonna room.
Raise your earning potential. Get to work at TCC.
Mazio's New York style pizza is a different kind of Mazio's pizza.
Okay. And then of course we have the dried or the gummy powder remains. So
Deliciously different than you expect. Just $8.99. Gracias. Get ready for different.
I'm Ginger Glory, a registered nurse with over 30 years. I've experienced the positive impact of having Singer Care in my own family. As a mentor of others with Singer Care, I'm learning the impact it has on the lives of these beautiful families. Singer Care increases access to specialty care and medication beyond what our health system provides. Or when you're not close to your target facility.
Alexa, set timer for a minute.
Our group systems suggested that our daughter might have some developmental delays. A friend from Cherokee Nation suggested that we apply for Singer
Alexa, set timer for a minute.
Someone braces, glasses,
1 minute,
and a team
starting
of
now.
specialists working to find their diagnosis, all completely covered by Singer.
As parents, grandparents, guardians, and mentors, having Singer Care for our children gives us peace of mind. From the day they are born through their formative years, Singer Care is there, helping them live their best life.
If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pill after pill that just masks your ED. Fix it for good. We can make the difference. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
When you need dentures, it's a big decision. There are several reasons why All Smiles Dental and Dentures is a smart choice. At All Smiles, we provide a personal approach with high quality and affordable price. We're local, we're quality. We are the best denture choice.
Tulsa Community College's work-ready programs prepare you for in-demand jobs with classes that transfer if you choose to continue to a 4-year.
Alexa, stop.
Raise your earning potential.
Alexa, set timer for a minute.
1 minute, starting
Time to
now.
have your furnace tuned up for winter. Our tune-up includes the maintenance and cleaning recommended for your furnace. Make sure your heating system is ready for the cold temperatures ahead. It's time to call Airco Service, the company you know.
There's something you don't see every single day. Some people in Istanbul are scratching their heads after seeing a person drive their vehicle down some tramway tracks.
And this is the moment playing out on their
So either until the powder is gone, not nothing about it, or until we have no powdered water type stuff,
right there on the
then not powdered water, colored water, then I'm gonna stop. So
police to help remove the car, which eventually got stuck on the tracks. Thankfully, no one was injured.
Wow. Wouldn't you kind of realize you were taking a wrong turn after a while? And
There's nobody else on it.
Maybe. Or is this the new James Bond movie getting filmed? There's always sequences like these.
could be that too.
so I used all of that gummy candy powder.
I'm glad that a train doesn't come without us.
Alexa, stop.
That would have been over.
Yeah.
Do you think should have gone in Uber? Yeah, there's one option.
Wow. All right, take a look at some traffic across the area. We're talking about conditions at this point a little bit better on our I-44 and 75, which was backed up. That does
So-
have the opportunity to clear up a little bit, so there's some welcome news there. And if you are westbound on 44 now, that's not too bad. 169 continues to roll along pretty good. Knock on wood. Hopefully I'm not giving some bad vibes there, but we're talking about anywhere from I-44 and also Broken Arrow Expressway seemingly running on time. And also slowdowns we had out west of Sand Springs, the Keystone Expressway headed westbound toward Westport. That is cleared up as well.
All right, Travis, thanks for being with us at 4 o'clock.
There's on 6 at 5 starts right now.
Oklahoma's own News on 6 starts now.
Versified Tulsa police, business owners, and apartment managers look for ways to make 61st and Peoria, that area, a safer place to live. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Day.
And I'm Lori Fulbright. Police investigated 6 murders and dozens of shootings in that area in 2021. Just 2 nights ago, police say
Alexa, set timer for a minute.
during a shootout there. News on 6's Reagan Ledbetter is live with more on their plan. Reagan?
Morning, Lori. Everybody who lives and works near 61st and Peoria is worried about the violence, and police are too. But they say a big part of the problem is a lot of people committing the crimes in this area don't even live there.
Alexa, set our timer for a minute.
1 minute, starting now.
So, just kind of wait. Now that I have no more gummy powder left, I'm just gonna kind of wait and wait. I'm just kind of waiting.
They say that's because too many people
We're
are
bringing
solving
more water for right now, at least. I don't think so.
It affects
I might
our area.
drop, or well, actually, I'll just kind of refresh the little
Department managers, police,
section
and
right there.
community
I'm gonna
leaders
get rid of this water
what to do
thingy
to
though.
make the area safer.
So I'm opening the water thing. Well, I'm opening the dropper. So now I'm just kind of waiting until the timer goes off.
Here in Gilbert with Tulsa Crime Stop,
I am going to though
complexes in the area to set up neighborhood watch programs to help
just kind of help it a little
and
bit.
help police catch those who are committing crimes.
Alexa, stop.
Say their residents live in fear of getting hit by stray bullets.
Just gonna lift it up with the oopsie daisy. Okay, looks really gross, but I don't really care.
Making it unsafe for everyone who lives there.
I don't see this as, you know, a one.
I kind of call it like
or 3-time meeting.
a dead fish type substance because it legit looks really and feels really weird too.
We have a strong police presence in that area to keep the crime from happening in the first place. Now, this group plans to meet once
Alexa, set timer for a minute.
the way to stop the violence.
1 minute,
Well, I've been told
starting
to
now.
regulate that. Oklahoma's out. These are 6.
So I have that. I'm just waiting. Waiting.
Wind gusts of 43 miles an hour in Tulsa. We're anticipating gusty winds and windy conditions, but boy, I tell you, it got going all the way up from Neenah, Crawfordville, Pryor, all the way down to Eufaula. Just about everybody in northeast Oklahoma ended up with a very breezy afternoon. Our temperatures managed to climb up to 57 though, and so that's where we were hoping to go, and that's where we ended up. Temperatures a little cooler if you're off to the east. We've had some clouds around, but still hasn't affected our temperatures a lot. We're dropping off just a couple
Okay.
of degrees right now.
So I'm just waiting for a minute.
And enjoy it while we have it because the cold air is in the roof at this point. Also, still have a chance for a few snowflakes, but it is dangerous cold. We'll talk about the details.
So I'm just waiting.
Oklahoma. News on 6's Jonathan Cooper joins us with a look at those numbers. Jonathan?
Lori, the state health department says less than 7% of kids between
Alexa,
the ages
stop.
of 5 and 11 are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 in Oklahoma. And that number is lower than the national average of about 15%, according to the Mayo Clinic.
Save it. Okay, there we go. That does not look the best appetizing, but hey, whatever.
Hesitant to give the vaccine to their younger kids. The vaccine uptake for teens in Oklahoma is also lower than the national average, with the state health department reporting about 33% of kids 12 to 17 being fully vaccinated.
There we go.
Comes as just yesterday the FDA.
Now I am fully done with this little DIY kit. The powder, yes, some of the stuff might be weird, like done, but hey, that's it. So I'm just kind of putting everything in the trash. And now we have our completed little gummy bland thingy majig right there. Looks amazing. So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to guess what? I finished. Perfect timing.
What?
This. I finished.
Your video?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was the gummy one, so it took less time. Well, 38 minutes because I was talking.
It's rare for children that age to get hospitalized.
So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.